Okay, I want to take a look at special products. Many of us kind of skipped over a lot of this, telling you could always just multiply it out in Algebra 1 because we were so stressed for time. Hopefully, these got much better covered in Algebra 2. These are your time savers. Those of you who do not want to spend hours upon hours preparing for a test, these are your time savers. They save you time on homework, but they also save your time on test. And as we've said before, test, the #1 killer in college algebra is going to be the time limit. So let's look at the special products from Algebra 1. There are several products that do occur so frequently that it's just convenient to memorize them. The form or pattern of these formulas will save us a lot of time from this point out. So if A and B represent real numbers, variables, algebraic expressions, then the following are the ones you must know. First, conjugate pairs give the difference of squares. A plus B times A minus B. Same front term, same back term, different sign. One sum, one difference. Okay, those are conjugate pairs. When you multiply them together, you get the difference of squares. A squared minus B squared. The outer and inner term, positive AB and negative AB, will always be a 0. Then squaring numbers that you can write as a binomial. A plus B squared is A squared plus 2AB plus B squared. A minus B squared is A squared minus 2AB plus B squared. I hope you already have those memorized, but if you don't, now's the time to do it. Now let's take a quick look at an example of a special product. In this case, I have conjugate pairs, 3x for my lead term, 2 for my constant term, 1 plus, 1 minus. Conjugate pairs gives the difference of squares. Now, I'm going to write this time, but you need to learn to do this without writing it out, if I can. 3x is going to get squared, and 2 is going to get squared. So you should be able to just jump to 9x squared minus 4 and have confidence that that is your final answer. Now, as a little bonus for those of you who are a little nervous about not getting to always use the calculator, what if I have to multiply 64 times 66? Well, 64 is 65 minus 1. And 66 is 65 plus 1. Okay? So I have conjugate pairs, so that's the difference of squares. That is 65 squared, which is 4,225, minus 1 squared, which is 1. So that's 4,224. And I don't have to do all that old right to left stuff because I have algebra. Another example, squaring a binomial. Well, according to my formula, that's the guy on the front that gets squared. Same sign as what's in my parentheses. 2 times front times back, plus back guy, started right B for back guy squared. So my final answer is going to be 9x squared. 2 times 3 is 6, double it, you get 12x. And the back guy, 2 squared, is 4. Final answer, and eventually if you practice it enough, you'll be able to do it in your head. Now let's take a look at the arithmetic, just because I think it's kind of cool. If I think of 66, instead of 60, let's make it 65. Oh, I don't know if you can multiply by 65, but we're going to try. 65 plus 1, because that's the way I would do it. I'm going to square 65. That's 4,225. Plus 2 times 65 times 1 plus 1 squared. Okay, so that's 4,225 plus 2 times 65, that's 130, plus 1. So that's 4,225 plus 130 would be 4,355 plus 1 would be 4,356. Kind of cool. And lastly, let's look at a difference to be squared. Again, and I'm not going to write it out this time. If you need to write it out, write it out. But front guy, 3x is going to get squared. 3x times 3x is 9x squared. Double the front times the back. So that's a minus sign. And then 3 times 2 is 6. Double that, you get 12x. Then add the back guy squared. 2 squared is 4. Final answer. And this is why some of you are going to be lost in those calculus classes if you don't practice, because the calculus teachers, this is all we've got time for. And again, a nice neat little bonus. Let's do 65 minus 1 squared. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I have a good many students when I teach this in an arithmetic type class that prefer to do 60 plus 4. They would rather always do the pluses because they're not good with subtraction. And that works also. So if you would rather do 60 plus 4 because you add better than you subtract, that's what we'll do. 60 squared is 3,600. Plus 60 times 4 is 240. Double it, that's 480. Plus 4 squared is 16. So 3,600 plus 400 would be 4,000. So 4,080 plus 16 is 4,096. Not so bad. Good luck with it.